Hello everyone, this is a quick video demonstration of the multi-class logistics activity center development potential classification test using Azure ML. So here we have trained our models of multi-class decision jungle and multi-class decision forest on our dataset, and we have been able to achieve an accuracy of around 95%. We have set up a predictive web service using Azure ML Studio. So this predictive web service allows us, using the input layer, it allows us to enter the criteria and the proximity of a particular land parcel that we want to test from certain factors. And the web service output is going to show us the predicted LAC development potential of that land parcel. So if we are to look at the web services and if we were to test it here, so as you can see on the left hand side we have an input where we can enter the land parcel's distance from different factors such as distance to freeways, distance to US roads, distance to direct rail track access, what is its land cost, what is the workforce availability, what is the traffic category, the distance to seaports, airports, and the distance to intermodal logistics centers. The LAC potential here should not be entered as it is to be predicted by the model. So for each of these factors, the options that we can enter are shown here. So for freeways, we can enter either 5 miles or 7.5 miles or 10 miles. And for workforce availability, we can enter less than 100K or 100 to 250K or 250 to 400K and 450K plus. Whereas for traffic category, we can enter low or medium or high and so on. So let's test our model for a certain land parcel. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter some criteria based on which we would like to test the LAC development potential of a land parcel. So I'm just going to quickly enter the criteria for different factors based on the options that we have available. So as you can see, I've entered some factors here and I've said that the land parcel that I want to test is 5 miles from freeways, 2.5 miles from US roads, 2.5 miles from direct rail track access, has a land cost of less than $8 per square feet, has a workforce availability of 450K plus, traffic category of medium, and it is less than 5 miles away from seaports and airports, and it is more than 10 miles from any nearest intermodal logistics center. So now let's test this. So as you can see, our input criteria is being shown here, and the computed scored probabilities for the 3 different classes are shown here. So for high, it is 0.009, moderate is 0, and very high is 0.99. And therefore this land parcel, which meets this criteria on the left, has been scored as a very high LAC development potential parcel. And you can see that it makes sense because it has great workforce availability, it is extremely nearby to most of the important factors in our analysis, so it's been scored as very high. Now if we were to make some changes, let's say that let's reduce the quality of this parcel, let's make it farther from freeways, let's say it's 10 miles away from freeways, and let's say that the workforce availability is somewhere from 100K to 250K, and let's say that the distance to seaport is more than 5 miles. And now let's test it. So now you can see that the score probability for the high class went up, and now it's a 0.50. But for moderate it's almost 0, and for very high it's 0.48. So as you can see, as the quality of the land parcel, its distance keeps growing farther and farther from important factors, its potential goes down. So now it has been classified as a high development potential parcel. If we were to make the quality of the parcel even less effective, let's say that it's 10 miles away from direct rail track access, and let's say that the workforce availability is less than 100k, and let's say that it's more than 5 miles from airports and seaports. And now if we were to test it, now we can see that the scored probabilities for high is at 0.10, for moderate it went up to 0.86, and for very high is 0.02. And therefore this particular land parcel, which meets this criteria on the left hand side, has been classified as moderate development potential. And so basically the purpose of this video demonstration is to show how the Azure ML random forest model works, and how we are able to enter certain criteria for land parcels that we want to test, and how these scored probabilities for the different classes indicate which target class of development potential the land parcel falls into. Thank you.